deserts of Sudan and the gardens of Japan, from Berlin to Yucatan. Every woman, every man, hit me with your radio stick. Hit me, Shabada, hit me with it.
Hello VC, vinyl community, good people of the interweb. How are you all diddling? Before we move on to the main feature, which is vinyl finds and buys for last month, I put out a video. I think it was last weekend, must have been last weekend, or probably the week before. Another one of those 5 artists you ain't going to find in my collection, blah blah blah. But because of the music I used at the beginning, Harry Belafonte, Day-O, Day-O, the Banana Boat song, I don't think you can watch it in America, in North America. Britain, fine. Japan, fine. I'm presuming the rest of Europe, mainland Europe, you can, but I think there's some sort of issues with copyright, perhaps over in the States. So, I mean, if you're dead keen to watch it, I don't know if you can view it by sort of logging on to YouTube co.uk, you know, rather than the normal North American YouTube you log on to. Anyway, I do apologise for that. I will be doing another one more, final one, and then I might do an honourable mentions. So anyway, vinyl finds buys for last month, August. It's not a great deal, so I'll do this in one hit, singles and albums. I do have a few singles. First one, a bit of a novelty item I came across while I was perusing Discogs. Beat the Bat by Dick and Bruce. I have played these singles. The only things I haven't played are the albums. But if I'm honest, I can't remember how this goes. I think it's like a novelty type, sort of funked up, careful I say that, sort of a funky type version of the theme tune, if I remember right. Love the old cartoon on the back there. See that okay? Yeah, I love that. I do have a Batman theme tune and a 12-inch single in the old collection behind me. There you go. Lovely sort of custom label. Yes, I picked that up for its like novelty value, I suppose. Like I say, I have played it, but I'm bugged if I can remember how what it is. I'm sure it's like a funky sort of type version of the theme tune. So yeah, nice sort of interesting addition to the collection. Comedy record next, Monty Python, the Spam song. Spam, 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 a lovely spam. I'll have egg, chips, spam, 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 with beans. Oh, right, well, you get the idea. Monty Python fans will know the sketch. Yeah, on the Charisma label. I love that Charisma label. The Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter there, the white hair and the old Cheshire Cat. Yeah, the B-side is the concert. I'll be honest, I haven't played the B-side. Spam song, Monty Python's Flying Circus. I do love a good comedy record. This isn't comedy. Punk, new wave, call it what you want. Skids, Goodbye Civilian. That's on a custom Virgin label. Cracking band, Skids. Really love them. Recently picked up another one of their albums. I've got Scared to Dance and do you know what, I'm buggered if I remember what the other one I picked up was called. But yeah, fantastic band, the Skids. If you haven't got any Skids in your collection, get some of them. This one originally done, this is by Tchaikovsky. This is the Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto No. 1, done by the Neasden the Neasden Collection. Not collection, connection, on the Trojan label. It's an old sort of skinhead reggae type version of it. So yeah, an instrumental skinhead version of that. And the only thing I can sort of really compare it to, Soul Shade. Was it Cool Shade on the B side? The only thing I can really compare it to, Madness did a an instrumental of Swan Lake, sort of ska type dance version on the One Step Beyond album. Go and check it out, give it a listen. Give this one a listen. It is there on YouTube. Yeah, so that's Tchaikovsky Piano Concerto No. 1 by Neasden Connection. Neasden's a part of London, isn't it? This one is an American copy of Cars by Gary Newman on the Atco label. Now this is it's an original Atco sleeve, but I don't think it's the right sleeve for this single. Atco, I think it's connected somewhere along the line with the Atlantic group or the Atlantic label. I think I'm not sure if it's if one of them was an offshoot of the other or what. I don't know. This I think is the correct sleeve, and this is the same record. Well, another record. Cars, Gary Newman. American pressing. Why have I got two copies of the same record? It's a classic example of in the middle of the night at the early hours when you can't sleep. Don't go looking through things like eBay and Discogs when you're not fully aware of what's going on and you're not fully compos mentis, because you end up buying two copies of the same thing, or you end up, I've done it on several occasions, nearly buying some load of old tap records I don't bloody well want, you know. So boys and girls, be sure to be fully awake and in complete control of your extremities and mind and whatever before you start looking at stuff on eBay and Discogs. And finally, you've seen two American copies of it. There's another British. I've got a few of these. Why have I got a few of these? Whenever I see a copy of Cars, Gary Newman, in a car boot sale or whatever, I can't bear to leave it there. It's like Stevie and his copies of Quadrophenia. I'm exactly the same with Cars by Gary Newman, one of my favourite songs of all time. In fact, I'm trying to collect all different copies of it. You've seen two American ones. I think I've got a Spanish one or Portuguese, something like that, in the collection behind me. And I've got a Japanese copy winging its way over to me. It's somewhere in transit at the minute. It's going to take a couple of months, you know, to get here. So yeah, Cars, Gary Newman, brilliant albums. I haven't played any of these yet, I must admit. I am so far behind with my listening. This one is by a band called Horse, or an artist called Horse, and it's called The Same Sky. Total blind buy. Well, I heard a bit of one song by them on YouTube, but it's more or less a total blind buy on the Capitol label, and I liked the bit of the song I did hear. I liked. Yeah, this was only a £5. I thought, why not? What the hell? Trying to broaden my musical listenings, as it were. Yeah, I know nothing of the artist, the band, whatever, the songs, except for the small bit I did hear. I think that was via Facebook. So that's Horse, The Same Sky, and when I played it, whatever, I'll let you know. This one I have heard before, but I've never ever owned a copy. Slade in Flame. Whenever I see a Slade, just hope you see all that, okay? Whenever I see a Slade record I haven't got, I buy it. I know I keep banging on about Slade sometimes, but I really do love them. They're a fantastic band. Gatefold. Okay, so hope you can see all of that. Been many years. Oh dear. Oh, excuse me, I do apologise. Many years since I've heard this, and I think I've only ever seen the film once, and that was a long time ago. So yeah, really glad to get that into the collection. Slade in Flame. Noddy and the boys, Jim, Noddy, Don and Dave. Absolutely love Slade. Slader for life, not just for Christmas. Next one, The Tourists, The Reality Effect. Okay, front and back. Shall we see a label? I don't think I've shown a label yet, have I? I do have a Tourists LP in the collection. That's on the Logo, or is it Loco? I don't know. Looks like a G. Logo. I'm not sure that's the correct inner sleeve, but I ain't bothered. Let's get me back in there. Taurus. I don't think I've heard this one, but I might have done years ago. Good, so good to be back home. I know that single. There's also a tune on here. It doesn't have to be this way. That rings a bell somewhere down the line. But yeah, The Tourists, Dave Stewart, Annie Lennox. Don't ask me to tell you who the other band members are, because I don't know. So yeah, a nice addition to the collection. Yeah, these. I'll tell you what. I'll do this one. No, and I'll do these two. These two came from a local HMV when I was just thought I'd pop in for a general look while I was shopping over the local town. 2 for 40 quid. They're either £21.99 each, which I don't think is a bad price, or 2 for 40 quid, 3 for 55. The Damned, first album. New Roses on here. Neat. I have heard this one, like a lot of Damned albums back in the day, many years ago, but I've never owned them. This is the same. Never owned a copy of this. Love the Damned. This is sealed in the old shrink wrap. What a big damned hit, like I've said previously in other videos. So yeah, really looking forward to reacquainting myself with this one. Damned. Again, the Damned, same price. Well, actually, it's $24.99 each, which I don't think is too bad for this. I've seen it for a hell of a lot more online. 2 for 40, 3 for 55. Night of 1,000 Vampires in London. I've never heard this album before, never owned a copy. But if their live performance at the Ali Pali is anything to go by, this would be a bloody fantastic album. First edition pressing, including, there was a concert poster in here as well. Night of the Living Damned, 17 killer cuts from Beyond the Grave. First edition pressing, including concert poster. I never noticed that actually. Gatefold, I presume it's a gatefold, not a double album. I don't know, but it's still sealed. I haven't had a chance to play it, so really looking forward to that. The only other live Damned album I've got off the top of my head, yeah, I have got one, but oh Christ Almighty, I can't remember what it's called. I have got one. I have got another Damned live album. Yeah, really looking forward to that. And like I say, $24.99. Well, I got this as part of the 2 for 40. $24.99 is a bargain price. I've seen this going for, getting on for 40, 50 quid online. There you go. Really looking forward to that. Compilation album. I actually came across this by accident. I wasn't looking for this. There's one track on here which I thought this was like a punk new wave type comp album. Nice Enough to Eat. A Receiver Records compilation. But it's obviously you'd think by that title it's highlighting stuff on Receiver Records, but it's not, is it? Granica in the UK is on here, and that wasn't on Receiver Records. That's Virgin, isn't it? But there is a particular song on here, but I've been listening to a bit recently, and I thought this was a punk new wave type album. And there's songs on here which aren't punk new wave. There's Hawkwind on here, and one song in particular by them which I really love, and it featured in an advert a good few years ago here on British TV. I think it was for a Ford cars, and it featured like a Ford sort of people carrier on its side in mid-air, and a bloke diving off the high board, diving through one door, open door, and out the other one and into the pool. I don't know if you remember it or not. Yeah, Masters of the Universe, Hawkwind. I absolutely love that tune. But there's other bands on here like Motorhead. I mean, they're heavy metal, aren't they? What else is there on here? Atomic Rooster. I liken that more to classic rock, you know, or prog. But yeah, it's a bit of an oddball type of collection. But one that was dirt cheap, I think it was only about £7. There's the label. I'll have to get another in it. I hate these. I really do. I hate these. They're probably the best things to put your records in, but I hate them. They're right bastards to get back in the sleeve sometimes, the main record sleeve. So yeah, a bit of an oddball comp. I don't know who picks and decides what tracks to put on these compilation albums, to be honest. Steve Carlson great member of the VC. He's just done a video. Why not have a go and show your own compilations? He's shown a good few, and he showed some on there I really, really want. I'm going to have to rewatch the video and write them down so I can see if I can get hold of them. So yeah, why not sort of turn it into a bit of a thread? Show your compilations as well. I've got a good few compilations. I'll gladly show them off. And invariably, when you're watching people's VC videos, like I say, with Steve Carlson, when you see the odd record or two, you think, oh, I wouldn't mind that one myself, and you end up buying it. Whenever I seem to be watching a video by John 6-inch pianist here in Britain, invariably he ends up costing me a bleeding arm and a leg. Here's one he showed on one of his recent videos. King Tubby Meets the Upsetter, and I think if I remember right, he did a needle drop on a certain track, and oh, that's a good one. So I went and found it, listened to the whole thing. Yeah, I'll have to get hold of the album. This is kind of like at the grassroots of dub. It says there on the bottom. I'm not a great lover of dub. I'm slowly warming to it, but I can't say I'll go absolutely crazy 8 bonkers on it. So yeah, King Tubby Meets the Upsetter. Let's have a quick look at the label. So like I say, John 6-inch pianist. Every time I see one of his videos, I tend to have to get the old wallet out and let the moths out. Studio 16 label. So yeah, he invariably, I end up having to spend 1 or 2 pennies every time I see one of John's videos. Naughty boy, John. Naughty boy. So yeah, Vinyl Finds buys for last month. I hope there was something there of interest to you. God bless you for taking time out during your busy day and watching. Any thoughts, ideas, comments, you know what to do, post them. You just want to say hello. Hello. I don't bite, you know. My bark is worse than my bite. I've got no teeth anyway, so yeah, if you want to say hello, please feel free to do so. God bless you, Mary Poppins and all that malarkey, for watching. See you again soon. Cheerio. Oh.